It's a real kick for me to present it to you now, fully animated with sound and music, and lots more story twists and dangers than we had room for in our early comic books. If you like action, mystery, and surprises, you're gonna flip. This one's for you. Enjoy.
Look, I don't know when this is going to go up from the time I'm recording this. It could be a couple weeks, could be a month. I don't know. I don't know if this will still be a talking point to a lot of people or if the world at large has already moved on to whatever else is going on, but damn it all, I need to say something. On November 12th, 2018, Stan Lee passed away, leaving behind a legacy and a fan base that most of us can only dream of. But I don't want to talk about his legacy today because there are a bunch of other much smarter people than I that can discuss it in such great detail that to do so here would simply be redundant. Everyone knows what he did and how much of an impact he had on the world in a way that I don't think anyone could have predicted, including him. I want to talk about the man and how he made a difference just by being the person he chose to project into the world. To be clear, I'm not going to insult you all and pretend I knew him any better than any of you. I consider myself very lucky to be able to meet and talk with him, but I essentially saw the same public persona that you all did as well. So this video isn't going to focus on who he was, because it's honestly pretty doubtful that any of us really knew him at all, although it might feel like we did. Instead, what I really want to focus on is who he showed himself as for the rest of us. And what that was a hero. Not a hero in the sense that he created superheroes that helped form millions of us into the people we are today. Not in a sense that he deliberately made his characters flawed and human to help us find someone to relate to. But in the sense that he tried to embody everything that made his characters great and project that positivity and light into the world. I think Stan Lee understood, especially after his characters really took off, and even more so as he got older and settled into the cheery disposition we all knew and loved, just how important his creations had become. And he loved it. He loved that his work impacted so many people over the course of 50 years, and he loved talking to people about it. But he also understood the responsibility of maintaining the morals and lessons that his characters embodied. And he never did so cynically or with a harsh eye at the world. I mean, he certainly made fun of people, and even took shots at fellow creators like Todd McFarlane. And
we'll try to explain our thinking on how we're coming across and why we're doing Overkill the way it is.
You can think and draw at the same time?
God knows how many shots he took at DC, but he never presented anything resembling a negative spirit, even when it would have been very easy to. He always made sure that who he was to the public always stood for something, just as much as one of his characters. Hell, his public persona basically was a character, but one he used to spread a positive message and take a stand when needed. His op-ed explained exactly why politics needed to be in comics, released in the 70s no less, is proof positive of this. He made his fans feel like family, emphasized the importance of responsibility, promoted inclusion, and made everyone feel included. And he was just kind to everyone he talked to whenever he could. And he worked for as long as he possibly could. Talking with fans, meeting with creators, throwing out new ideas, and that's not to say his legacy was perfect or that he was perfect. He certainly made a lot of mistakes and was no stranger to controversy, especially as he kept reinventing his image throughout his career. But I don't think anyone can deny the light and energy he projected through and through from the beginning to the end, always shining bright and showing us exactly what he wanted us to see. A man who absolutely wanted recognition, but also wanted to do so by spreading joy and never let the wariness and hardships that come with time reflect onto the audience. Stan Lee now joins the likes of Mr. Rogers, Bob Ross, Robin Williams, and many more in the pantheon of great heroes whose greatest achievement was showing the world that there is always light to be shown in the world if you can only open your eyes to see it. They promoted and believed in understanding and optimism, and the magic they produced because of those beliefs will transcend even our lifetimes. And while these great heroes may now be gone, their magic doesn't have to fade. I feel that the only way to truly honor a man like Stan Lee, a man who tried so hard to make and be the hero we needed, is to try to be the heroes for the modern age. To carry that light into the world and spread that same joy and kindness that he would have. The catchphrase he loved to use, and we're all familiar with, is, of course, Excelsior, which in Latin means ever upward. And I feel that word means more now than it has in a very long time. We lost a legend, we lost a hero, but we must move ever upward to be the hero he would have wanted us to be. So I hope you'll join me as I try to apply these lessons I have learned from Stan and use them to carry just a little bit of magic.
Hi, heroes. This is Stan Lee coming at you. Want you to know, Marvel has always been and always will be a reflection of the world right outside our window. That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change is the way we tell our stories of heroism. Those stories have room for everyone, regardless of their race, gender, religion, or color of their skin. The only things we don't have room for are hatred, intolerance, and bigotry. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister. And that kid walking by, hey, who knows? He may have the proportionate strength of a spider. We're all part of one big family, the human family, and we all come together in the body of Marvel. And you're part of that family. You're part of the Marvel universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory. In other words, Excelsior!